Instead of the federal government of Nigeria wasting their time, energy, and resources to deny that there is no Christian genocide, I think they should redirect those energy, those mapping out their strategies to tackle the insecurity problem in the country. Since the tweet released by the President of the United States, what exactly have the federal government of Nigeria done to tackle this insecurity problem? Because as we speak, a few days ago, there was an attack in Benue community, despite the tweet of the President of the United States. So this is what we need to look into to find out what is really going on and why is the federal government not doing what is expected of them to deal with this insecurity problem. I was expecting that since the President of the United States dished out that tweet, that by now the government would have taken the battle straight to the bandits, straight to the terrorists. That's what I was expecting. That by now we should be counting scores of people who have been killed in the terrorist camp, in the banditry camps. Because until you get rid of the enemy, you will not have peace. Hello guys, welcome to my channel. This is Andy Media TV. Quite a whole lot has been going on, in Nigerian security issues, ever since the President of the United States of America made a tweet, directing the Nigerian government to take action against Christian genocide that is going on in the country. And this tweet went viral, that the Nigerian government is kind of panicking, coming out to say that the killings are not Christians targeted, that it is both Christian and Muslim that have been targeted. But at least they acknowledge that there is killing, right? So, but there's quite a whole lot of videos coming out from clerics, coming out from the victims, coming out from the communities where these whole atrocities are going on, showcasing that the killings are targeted on Christians. Until after some period before the Muslim faith was also being targeted. So the fact remains that since 2012 that we started experiencing the terrorism, which has dovetailed into banditry, into kidnapping and what have you, it's been an attack on the Christian community. So today, I think this debate on whether it is Christian genocide or not should be laid to rest, because evidence are everywhere on the net proving that there was Christian genocide. However, the bottom line remains that whether you're a Christian or Muslim or traditionalist or you are not even serving any God, you don't deserve to be killed. Instead of the federal government of Nigeria wasting their time, energy, and resources to deny that there is no Christian genocide, I think they should redirect those energy, those mapping out their strategies to tackle the insecurity problem in the country. So, if the United States government is the one that has the capability to wake up the Nigerian government to know that people are being killed, then I think it's a plus, because most Nigerians have been crying, particularly those communities in Plateau, in Benue, in Zamfara, in Borno, even in Southeast regions and almost all parts of the country have been crying, protesting, carrying placards, shouting and begging the government to come to their rescue. But nothing was seen to have been done because the killing continued unabated, including Kwara State, where they have started launching a new offensive attack on the people of the community. So, the question remains, since the tweet released by the President of the United States, what exactly have the federal government of Nigeria done to tackle this insecurity problem? Because as we speak, a few days ago, there was an attack in Benue community, despite the tweet of the President of the United States. So this is what we need to look into today, to find out what is really going on and why is the federal government not doing what is expected of them to deal with this insecurity problem. But before we go into that, if you are new to my channel, kindly like and share this video so that other people can see it. And also subscribe to my channel and press that notification bell so that when my next new video drops, you will be among those that will be notified so that you will get these videos as they're hot. So let's get down to the business of the day. In a video that was trending, one of the bandits or the leader of the bandits in Katsina State came out during their peace talk. He was given a microphone and he said to the public that it is the government that engineered them to start their banditry, that it is the government that is supporting them and encouraging them to do what they were doing. So the point remains that since this video started circulating, everywhere on the net, has the government of Nigeria come to deny what that bandit guy has said? So this still comes back to what we are saying. If you have watched my previous video on this, insecurity crisis, when the President of America made the tweet, you will understand better what we are talking about. So the part is that, like former head of state of Nigeria, General Sani Abacha, of his blessed memory, said that when insecurity is 24 hours, just understand that the people in government is part of that insecurity. And this is not far from the truth, because the bandits have confirmed that the government is part of their journey. They are part of the people who are ensuring that this banditry thing never stops. And there are many videos to prove that. There are many videos for you to understand how they are fueling this insecurity crisis. Many have said that, oh, the government officials are making billions from this insecurity. That can be part of it, because those who are benefiting will not want it to stop. Most politicians are making use of these guys to attack their opponents, to steal ballot boxes, and to do all kinds of activities that negates, the electoral process. But before I, discuss in details what the guy has said, kindly watch this video from Arise News, and you will understand where we are coming from. And we'll be right back to talk further on that. Don't go away.
Armed bandits in Katsina State have made stunning allegations claiming the Nigerian government orchestrated their criminal activities and only now decided to call for peace during a peace meeting between Batagwawa and Karachi communities held on Saturday. One of the bandits declared they have stopped attacks following government intervention. The bandit spokesperson stated in a now viral video, and I quote, "It was the government that wanted us to engage in banditry, but now it has called us and told us to stop." He alleged that despite 2 months of attempts to initiate peace talks, authorities only located them when they genuinely decided to engage. The armed group insisted that peaceful coexistence depends entirely on Nigerian leaders, stating, "If you want to cry, don't cry with us, the terrorists, but cry with your government, for they are the ones who made us do what we have been doing." I mean, this is really, really alarming, Rufai. The allegations raise serious questions about the relationship between criminal networks and state actors, echoing long-standing suspicions about complicity in Nigeria's worsening insecurity.
All right, welcome back. You saw the video, you heard what the anchor person said, and you read what is on the screen, what the bandit was saying. That's an indictment on the government, that the government is part of the people fueling this insecurity. If you go to check the budget of the security sector as a whole, military, the Navy, the Army, the Air Force, the civil defense, the police, and all that, you're going to understand what we are talking about. Because since this insecurity started, the budget of the security sector skyrocketed. At the end of the day, the result is minimal. Because it's not about pushing money in a crisis, it's about carrying a painstaking investigation to understand exactly what is causing the crisis. And then you will know the practical solutions to address that. That is what it should be. But Nigerians are good at throwing money at problems, thinking that when you throw money to it, it's going to get solved. But that's not the way it works. So for me, I was expecting that since the President of the United States dished out that tweet, that by now the government would have taken the battle straight to the bandits, straight to the terrorists. That's what I was expecting. That by now we should be counting scores of people who have been killed in the terrorist camp, in the banditry camps. Because until you get rid of the enemy, you will not have peace. So if the action the government is taking is to invite the bandits for a meeting, so that they will beg them or request them to lay down their arms, is that the solution to the problem? I don't think so. Because no matter, even if they disarm them, they will not release all their arms. And this thing will continue after some months. Or maybe they are just doing that, talking to these bandits for them to, keep calm for a while, so that the US government will think that the government is doing something. And after that, the battle continues again. Who knows what the intentions really are? Because for me, my expectation is to see on newspaper every day how the bandits are decimated in their camps and how hostages are being released. That's what I was expecting to see. But unfortunately, that's not what we are seeing. We are still seeing the government for almost 2 weeks that President Donald Trump's tweet went viral. They are still busy debating that it is not Christian genocide, that it is both Muslim and Christians that are being killed. But they are doing nothing, wasting resources, hosting all kinds of, forums, even kind of arranging people that will come and speak, both from Christian community and Muslim community. That does not solve the problem. Neither will it put an end to the insecurity crisis that we are facing today. So the government, the action of the government is not showing the zeal, is not showing the willpower to end this insecurity crisis. Now, since the bandits have come to indict the government, what has the government done? They have not said anything to clear their name. So, since they are hosting this meeting, it means they are sympathetic to these guys. You don't host meeting with terrorists. You destroy terrorists. That's the way to put an end to them. That's what they learn. That's what they understand. But hosting a meeting with them simply shows that they are sympathetic to them. Simply shows that they don't want them to be taken out. So I don't know how this whole thing is going to play out in the next coming months or weeks. I don't know. Because I believe the United States government are watching. If they're not seeing satisfactory result, who knows what's going to happen? I don't know. But I think the government need to wake up and do the right thing. Take this battle to them. Show them that the government have the capability. All this begging and hosting different kinds of meetings, and terrorists will come to meeting with their weapons, with their moccasins, with their AK-47, and drive multiple bikes to the meeting. I don't really understand. And the question remains, how are these guys being funded? Who is funding them? Why has the government not picked up those people in the list of financiers of this terrorism sent to them by United Arab Emirates, UAE? They already sentenced the ones they arrested there to prison. Why has the Nigerian government not picked up these people and trashed them out and put them where they belong, in the prison? Why? Why are they shielding them? Why are they covering them? That is the question. So maybe there may be some people high top in government. Nobody knows. So these are the things that is showing Nigerians that the government don't really care when it comes to this issue of dealing with insecurity crisis that we are facing. So if United Arab Emirates, who is not the country suffering this insecurity, has, jailed some of the people on their list, in that list that is based in that country, then the Nigerian government, who their citizens are facing the crisis headlong, they are doing nothing. It's a bad sign. It's a bad sign. So, but I think what really impressed me so far is I think I'm seeing some people from the All Progressive Congress, the ruling party in Nigeria, coming out now to be able to say the truth. And that is one thing that encourages me to even do a follow-up of this video. Because when everybody in government, people who know the truth, are coming out to lie on TV, are coming out to dissuade the truth, are coming out to write epistles on Twitter, long epistles. Even some were abusing the US president, even some were challenging the US army. I begin to wonder, what kind of country do we really have when people can't say the truth and when people can't speak truth to the power? It becomes concerning. So, I will show you one of the APC guys who has come out to speak, to acknowledge that there is Christian genocide. He also came out to acknowledge that the killing has begun to be too much. And he also said, like I've mentioned earlier in my previous video, that the government need to engage the US government diplomatically and then interface with them, understand what is their plan, understand how they can partner together to address this problem. Rather than coming to do videos, send different ministers to come and speak on TV that, oh, there's no genocide, there's no killing, there's this, there's that, is unnecessary. But the courage this guy had, yeah, he's an APC chieftain, and he came out to speak the truth. And I applaud him for that. Because in this kind of scenario, it's difficult to see people who will speak against, what their party is doing, or who will stand in the truth, even though it's against what their party is preaching. But he said that. So let me play you that video, and then you will listen to what Adamu Garba was, former presidential candidate of one party, and he was in the APC. But however, let's listen to what he said, and then we'll be right back.
In fact, in 2014, Nigerian opposition party, then the APC, were in the White House seeking for the same help on the same Christian genocide as a fallout of the Chibok girls. This is established. The second thing again is that even most recently, we acquired $346 million worth of weaponry from the US, and we are trying to send our military personnel to go and train as a factor of diplomatic relationship between Nigeria and the US. And US has been consistently, in addition to other partners, listed as supporting countries to help us in eradication of terrorism. And don't forget, it is a United Nations Convention on Counterterrorism that empowers the United States to become the global front or focal point in fighting against terrorism. And wherever a word terrorism was defined in a given area, that means US have right to protect. They call it the responsibility to protect R2P. They have right to invoke that R2P to get into that country and destroy that terrorism. Yeah. So what we should show in our own case in Nigeria is that we should show commitment and willingness to partner to eliminate the threat of terrorism, not completely condemn a hand that is coming to help us and then put a motion forward. We can negotiate with them. We can tell them, give us the weapons responsibly. We can discuss with them and acknowledge that this genocide is taking place. Yes, they say Christian genocide. Now we can justify to them that, look, it's not only genocide, it's not only Christians, Muslims also are affected.
But do you agree with the categorization that it's a genocide?
I actually, when I look at the damages, when you look at the total number of the people that have been killed over time in Nigeria, and they are killed defenseless in villages, sleeping in their homes, then what can you call this, for God's sake?
You think it's a genocide?
I think it's actually pure genocide, because you just come and kill people, just like that. And this thing has been happening. Several villages in Katsina destroyed, several villages in Sokoto gone, several villages in Zamfara.
All right. Welcome back. You heard what he said. What he said gave me joy that at least some people, even from the northern side, are also speaking the truth. We have seen several of them who did that, not those who are sympathetic to terrorists, who are speaking all kinds of things that I don't really understand, like the Sheikh Gumi, who we know is a sympathetic person to terrorists. He goes to their camp. He knows everywhere where they are. He's even one of their negotiators during the Buhari's regime. However, what the guy said, what do you think? For me, I think I applaud him for coming out to speak the truth on what is going on in this security crisis. So there's something that happened in the past. I just want to draw a clue from there in what I want to say so that you will understand and flow with me. During the President Buhari's administration, February 26, 2021, there was a kidnap in a government girls' school in Jangabe. Almost 280 girls were taken. When they were taken, the news was everywhere. After some days, when the people are already shouting pressure on the government and all that, the state government, they began to look for who knows those terrorists and where their hideouts are, and they found somebody. And they went in there to have a conversation. And what was the conversation? Negotiation. So I don't know why Nigerian government, whether state or federal, always negotiate with terrorists. I don't know why. That's one thing America does best. They tell you they don't negotiate with terrorists. They're going to figure a way to still deal with the problem and rescue their people. That's what they do. So when they engaged the terrorists, they negotiated and requested for money. So how much was that? According to the bandits, those that kidnapped the girls, he said that they were paid 60 million naira. 60 million naira was paid to them and the girls were released. And the government came on air to lie that no payment was made. That's what they said. But the bandit acknowledged that 60 million was paid to them. And they used this to procure more arms to expand their operations. So let me play you this short clip of what the bandits said. This clip, if you remember, there was a BBC African Eye where they covered this event. Let's hear from the bandit so that we understand how government is fueling this crisis, how they are supporting and paying these people to have access to finance, to be able to power their operations. So let's listen to the bandit and then we'll be back.
If the bandits of Zamfara want to hurt the government, they also want to make money. In early 2021, these two aims combined in an attack that copied the tactics of Boko Haram. Nearly 300 schoolgirls were abducted from the government-run high school in Jangebe. Among them were 5 girls from my own extended family. This is one of the bandits who led the attack on the girls. It took me 5 months to contact him and another 4 to persuade him to meet. I eventually met Abu Sani deep in the forest. Kana cikin wayanda suka dauka yara a Jangebe 'yan mata?
Kwarai, muna ciki.
Yara nawa kuka dauka? Mata nawa kuka dauka?
280.
Shin za ka iya gaya mana dalilin da ya sa kuka ɗauka 'yan matan nan?
Muka zo mu kuma da kaka ta yi ruwa suka yi sauki, aka fara turo mana jami'ai inda muke, sai muka ce to bari mu goda ma gwamnati. In ta shiga wannan lamarin matsala ake samu, shi yasa muka zo jan gebe muka ɗauko 'yan makaranta tunda sun hana mu wuce mu zo gida, dole mu ɓata mata rai. Muka zo muka ɗauko 'yan makarantar jan gebe.
To kai kana gani ɗaukan yara da ba su san hawa ba su san sauka ba daidai ne?
To mu a bisa tsarinmu na ta'addanci shine hukuncin da ya dace da gwamnati, sai cancanta mu yi ma gwamnati ta gane kuskurenta. Don da bata tare mu ba da ba mu ɗauko su ba.
Shin wani irin mutum zai shiga ɗaki da yara 'yan mata suke kwance ya ɗauko su da daddare saboda matsala da yake da wani?
To bari yi maka wani misali wanda kila shi za ka yi fahimta ne. Kasan an ce idan kai laifi ɗaya za a yi maka wani ɗigo ga zuciya, idan ka ƙara wani za a yi maka ɗigo, da haka a ɗige ma zuciya ta zama baƙi irin. To wanda ke irin waɗannan harkokin baya jin ya damu da duk irin abubuwan da ke faruwa saboda bushewar zuciya. Amma mu dai illa abin da zan ce muna ba su haƙuri, amma mu ba mu ji wata damuwa da irin haka ne sam. Saboda mu iya abin da muke gani mu yi ma gwamnati mun ɓata mata rai shine kawai.
Me yasa kake tunani arewacin Najeriya tana ta lalacewa tana rikicewa da waɗannan matsaloli na tsaro?
Saboda mai da abun neman kuɗi. Saboda shine kowa kuɗi yake nema da wannan ɓangare shi aka mayar. Yasa harkoki suke lalacewa tun daga manyan har zuwa ga ƙanana. Kaga su kuma jami'ai can an ce gwamnati ita ma in ana rikici ana turo mata da kuɗi. Kaga ta wancan ɓangaren su ma suna samu. Mu mata nan kaji za a zubar da jini za ka yi da sai amma kuma ai ta yi haka nan.
With the Jangebe schoolgirls still in captivity, Zamfara's government was forced to negotiate. Needing an intermediary, they turned to one of the few people in Zamfara who can find and talk to the bandits, Hassan and Tawaye.
Ban ji daɗi ba. Ai ba wanda za a ce an ɗauke wani ya ce ya ji daɗi an ɗauke shi, ko kuma a ce 'yan makaranta haka. Saboda ɗiyana ni ina da 'ya'ya masu karatu, dukansu suna makaranta. To shine lokacin da muka isa fes mun isa mu da kwamishinan tsaro cikin makaranta cikin Jangebe muka isko dai abun tabbas ya faru an ɗauke su. Gwamnatin jiha ta ce tana neman don Allah mu je mu nemi mutanen nan, ai muka ce mun yadda. Aka haɗa mu da jami'an tsaro suka je bingi suka tsaya, mu kuma muka nausa kanmu muka shiga daji da ƙafa. Muka je muka tarar da mutanen nan, muka roƙe su suka ba mu mutanen nan.
To kaman yaya bayan an yi maganganu nawa aka biya ko me aka yi aka ba da yara?
Da mun ce za a ba mu miliyan 300. Daga baya aka haɗa mu da wasu aka yi ta maganganu shine dai suka ba da miliyan 60 aka sake su. Aka suka bayar. Miliyan 60 suka bayar aka sake su.
Miliyan 60. Kaga miliyan 60 din?
Da ido na mu muka karɓo su.
To me kuka yi da wannan kuɗin?
Mun ƙaro bindigogi ne da su. Mun sai wasu bindigogi ba don da tun ɗazun ne da na aika an ɗauko ma bindigar da na so da su. In gwada maka ma bindigar da na so da irin kuɗi.
The Zamfara State Governor denies that any ransom was paid to the bandits.
All right, welcome back. You heard him, that they were paid 60 million naira, and they used the money to procure more arms. He was even telling the interviewer that if not that it's dark, the day is going dark, he would have taken him to go and see the catcher of arms they bought with that money. He said the money was brought cash. So When they got that 60 million, that's a huge sum of money for a bandit living in the bush. What are you expecting? You're encouraging them to kidnap more. And that was when kidnapping of school children began to reign. They kidnapped Chibok girls, they kidnapped Dapchi school girls, they kidnapped the Jengebe people, they kidnapped the ones in Katsina, May school, and so many other kidnapping in the schools. Because when they have seen that kind of money, they will know that it's a lucrative business. So instead of government attacking the bandits and rescuing the girls, what they did was to negotiate and to pay money for them to be freed. And they came on TV and said no payment was made. So when you look at all these scenarios, you begin to understand what we are talking about, that the government is not doing as much as they're supposed to do. And when we say the government, I'm not just talking about the federal government. I'm talking about the federal, the state, and the local government. Because intelligence is supposed to flow from the local government where these bandits are operating to the state, to the federal. That's the way the intelligence is supposed to flow. So, but all the intelligence they have, what have they done with it? All the procurement of weapons, arms and ammunition, what are they using it for? That is the question. Because Nigerians have what it takes to flush out these bandits. But the problem is that the willpower is not there. The willpower from the government to give that marching order for the military or the police or whoever is responsible to take care of these things is not there. Because of religious faith, they are the same faith, so it's difficult for them to kill their faith members. Once you are in the same religion, you are brothers. That's the mentality. So, in as much as you are committing atrocities, they will still do their best to hide you, to cover you, to shield you. So, when they were saying that there is no Christian genocide, the question they would have answered was during the Buhari's administration, when he gave national award to an imam who hid 260-something Christians in his mosque when they were being attacked. Why did they give him the honors? He hid Christians who escaped the attack and ran to the mosque, and the man was able to shield them with his life, that the terrorists did not get to them. And he was awarded honors, national honors. And so other people will come and say there's no Christian genocide, there's nothing, there's this, there's that. Anyways, that's their debate. They can be debating on that. My own priority is that the government should wake up and deal with this insecurity problem so that people can sleep with their two eyes closed. That is the point. So I don't understand what they benefit with this debate. I don't understand what they're going to benefit with arguing with the US. US that has all the intelligence. You are debating with them. Intelligence that is debating does not even have. And you are debating what they know. They know their location. They know everything. They know their movements. They know who supplies them what. They know every connection those people have. You people don't understand who is the United States. They have a lot of capabilities in so many things. That's why I keep telling all those people that do scam. Hey, you think they don't know. You will only escape if you are not in their radar. If you are in their radar, forget it. You will be caught. You step your feet in the US, you are gone. They take you straight from the airport. They monitor every movement you make. And once somebody that is just finished taking palm wine will come and be saying that the US is acting on false intelligence, that they don't have intelligence. That's ridiculous. And this is a man holding public office. It's ridiculous. So, isn't it a shame that another country is the one telling you to do what you are supposed to do? And I keep asking, what constitution are these people using to take that oath of office? I've been asking this thing. Because they are not working with the constitution. They are not upholding the constitution. They are not keeping what the constitution said. The constitution said that the paramount business of government is to secure life and property and the welfare of the people. Are they doing it? No, they are not. So which constitution are they using to take oath of office? And which constitution are they upholding? So if they are doing what the constitution says, Nigeria would have been better by now. Despite how flawed the constitution is, there is so much element in the constitution that would have changed the face of the country. But no, they are not doing that. They take oath of office, they go there and they do something different from the oath that they took. So my prayer is that the government of Nigeria do the needful to avoid any foreign interest coming into the country, to do it for them. But I think that if they keep doing their debate on whether it's Christian or Muslim that is being killed, they'll be losing time. All right? And when they are losing time, a lot can happen in the twinkling of an eye. If you look at what is going on between the US and Venezuela, the cartels in Venezuela, the drug cartels, you understand this is the kind of action I want to be seeing, going on in Nigeria between the government and the bandits and the terrorists. All right? Any boat passing through the sea from Venezuela that is finding its way to the US, they will just send one drone. It takes them out. That's what they do. They bombard the boat on the sea, destroy the drugs, and destroy the people in it. Because the government has said no to drugs in their country. So it's a serious battle. That's how to take charge of something and deal with it. So that's the way the Americans is dealing with the drug cartels. And they declared the drug cartels as terrorists. And they are treating them as terrorists. In Nigeria, you had former President Buhari, who just passed on some, months ago, declaring the IPOB as terrorist organization. But he did not declare herdsmen terrorist organization. He did not declare bandits terrorists. So what are we talking about? So you can see the biasness of government in this whole thing. IPOB is only demanding, separation. They want to live from Nigerians and be a country of their own, which is a different issue altogether. But they were labeled as terrorist organization. Then bandits, herdsmen who are cleaning whole community, they were not labeled terrorists. That shows you the biasness of government. They are not truthful and they are not dealing with the people in truth. That's the problem. We watch out and see what happens. But anybody that knows the government, please let them do the needful. What Nigeria wants is the insecurity to end. They don't care who did it. They just want it to end. That's why you see a lot of Nigerians supporting the US should come in and stuff like that. I will leave this issue here, and I don't know what you think, but whatever you may think, my comment section is open. Put your comment at the comment section, but don't forget to like and share this video, and also subscribe to my channel if you are new here, and then put on your notification bell so that when my next video drops, you'll be among those to be notified. I'll keep you guys posted as many things comes up, and then we'll see how it goes. So, see you in my next video. Thank you for watching. I'm signing out. Thank you.